Good evening and welcome back to the Rory Talks Football channel, your daily Arsenal news updates, debates and my opinions. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're on the way to 12,800 subscribers. And of course, if you could click the like button, it's a Friday, it's the weekend. Push the boat out and click the like button early doors. It helps me out. I hope you're all doing well. A big, big weekend for Arsenal is upon us. People are calling this a make or break game, and it's certainly a game that could break the season. I don't think it's a game that can make the season. Winning would be phenomenal. A draw, we'll talk about whether or not a draw would be a good result, but a loss would be very, very damaging. And unfortunately, obviously, we're not going into it in particularly good shape when you look at the squad. We'll go through Mikel Arteta's pre-match press conference. I think it's interesting. Obviously, when it comes to the injuries, he's keeping his cards very close to his chest. But his general approach to the press conference, I thought was pretty interesting. But look, there's loads of you here, so we love to see that. Saka the GOAT, VV Vlad, Jakob, Lord Ferguson of Aberdeen, Ethan Udall, Hyper, Icarus, Layla, Talent, Saliba, Tentego, TNT, Unknown, Philip, Nid, Hannah, Sai, Emil, Ryan, Fizzy, Carter. It is good to see you. But yeah, how are we feeling? How are we? Are we nervous? Are we just... Because I've seen genuinely a surprising amount of people online that have just given up. That have just absolutely thrown the towel in. Oh, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. The season's already over. And I think that's pathetic. To be honest with you, I really do think that's pathetic. And when you look at the way that Arteta's talking, I think he would find that pathetic too. Rory, who would you rather have if you could bring back just one of our injured, suspended players for the game? Saka. For me, and he might be there anyway. But for me, if there was one, it would be Saka. I think the way he has started the season, if we're going to score, I think we need Saka. Arsenal right now is basically the Achilles story. Amazing until you get shot in the heel. Injuries. Yeah. Our three best players aren't even going to be playing. We'll see. We'll see. I've got a feeling Saka will play, personally. I think if Saka and Timber are in the lineup, we have a good chance. But if both are missing, we're screwed. Yeah. I agree. I think Saka's more important than Timber. I mean, Timber is still massively important. But for me, Saka is the key. It really is. The narrative that this season is over if we lose is ridiculous. We're not even 10 games in. I agree. The season isn't over if we lose, but the season is in a very, very precarious position if we lose. If we lose this game, we are 7 points behind Liverpool, and we've still got to go away to Newcastle and away to Chelsea in the next two games. So it's not like, we'll be 7 points behind Liverpool and potentially even further behind that before the next international break. So it does put us in a dangerous position if we lose. A little nervous for sure, but then we went to Spurs away with a ton of injuries and beat them. This is different, but I think we have a chance. I think there's always a chance. For me, the difference with Spurs was that at least our defence was all right. At least we had our defence at Spurs. I'm a bit nervous. No Saliba and no Ødegaard, maybe Saka. Our team is looking bare. But that doesn't mean we can't do it. Agreed. The problem if we lose is Newcastle and Chelsea away next. Yeah, exactly. That's it. With Inter away between them. Spurs were talking about winning the league after 10 games last season. Nothing is defined in 10 weeks. I agree, but I also think you can't win the league in the first 10 games, but you can potentially lose the league in the first 10 games. And, so a loss to Liverpool, it'd be back-to-back losses in the Premier League. It would just, it would just be very, very less than ideal. Crazy, because if one of the three of our players that are out was playing, I wouldn't be as worried. I agree. If all of them are out, I think that's the worry. The new Big Gabby card on FC25, I've not even seen it. I've not even seen the new Big Gabby card on FC25. But we will be getting it tonight. We will be there no matter what. Twitch, link down in the description. Massive pack opening tonight, by the way. We've got Rivals rewards and Foot Champs rewards. And if there's a big Gabby card, we will be hunting it down. League was lost in December last year. Yeah, well, yeah, we didn't know it at the time, but yeah. Trailblazer Gabriel. He is indeed a trailblazer. The cluster of fixtures have been mad so far. 2025 fixtures should be kind to us. Hope everyone is back and we go on a mad run. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, it's been unfortunate that, the start to the season, we knew it was going to be very difficult. And we've just had, I mean, I can't remember the last time as a club we had a run of injuries and suspensions that was anything like this. I really can't remember the last time we had something like this. So, yeah, it's been unlucky. It's been unlucky. But look, we'll look at Mikel Arteta's press conference because I did think it was interesting. So, Saka, Calafiori, and Timber, none of them were seen in training today. Sky Sports were at the training ground filming the training session or some of it. Calafiori, Saka, and Timber weren't there. Now, as part of the mind games, I do feel like Arteta wouldn't let them go out and train if he was trying to kind of play the mind games, right? On Calafiori, he needs some more tests. Yesterday he had some. Today he's going to have some more. And after that, we will know. Last time we thought it was really bad and he ended up playing 2 or 3 days later. So let's see how it is. Now, is that what do you make of that? Because I just kind of assumed that Calafiori was out. But he was asked, will he make Sunday's game? He said, I said the last time it happened, but this time it might be different. So he's not ruling it out. Now, I'm certain Calafiori is not going to play. I just, for me, it feels like he was definitely, injured to an extent that he wouldn't be able to turn it around within 5 days. But he's leaving it lingering there. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't think he will play. Sportcat, good to see you. He's playing mind games with Calafiori. There's no way he plays. Well, you'd assume not. You would assume not. On Saka, or specifically if Saka has done any training, yes, he's done a bit of training on the grass. How far can we get him to Sunday? That's a different question. We have another day, which is a good thing, but we'll see. Which is proof that he has been waffling in previous press conferences when it comes to Saka, when he was talking about how Saka could have played in the second international game and he was training well and whatever. It sounds like he's done a very small amount of training on the grass and that's it. So again, is that enough? Like, it's a worry. Saka is the big worry for me because I just think he's so important. Why does it seem Arteta was unprepared for these injuries? Should have invested better in the summer? To an extent. You can't really, I don't, it's difficult because you can't have predicted that we would have Calafiori, Saliba, Timber, Tomiyasu, Tierney, 5 defenders all missing for the same game, plus Odegaard, plus Saka. Like, don't get me wrong. I think we could have done a bit more business in the window to cover us from this, but I don't think you like. Imagine the biggest issue we have going into this game really is the defense. Like that's in terms of where we are actually at our weakest, it's the defense. Mate, if Mikel Arteta had gone and bought another defender in the summer, people would have lost their minds. So I just don't think it was. I don't think it was doable. And then he was asked if Timber has trained. And he said, Timber, again, it's the first session that he could have some involvement. He's been out for a while. We expected him to be further back than where he is at the moment. But again, we have to wait and see. So, yeah, again, with Timber, we don't know. Now, interestingly, and in my opinion, worryingly, Timber is not included in the provisional squad for the Dutch national team for the next international break. Now, when you consider that international break is still over 2 weeks away, for him not to even be included in the provisional squad, which they can adjust, makes me think he's not going to be back. Because if he was fit and ready to go against Liverpool, if he was going to be fit for Sunday, well, the international break's not until 2 weeks after Sunday. So I struggle to believe. Is that Timber in the background of that photo with number 82, though? I'm not sure what you mean. I haven't seen the picture. Uh, oh, is that Timber? Interesting. Is that Timber? Maybe that is Jerry. Is that Timber? I mean, he's got wham legs. Like, who else could it be? I don't think it's Jesus. Could be Timber. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Show us. Okay, hang on. Hang on then. Hold up. I need to hang on. Hold up. Wait a minute. This. Wait, can you see that? Yeah, this. Is this Timber? Aren't the photos old? I'm not sure. How many times has this kid been in training? But how old would the photos have to be? Timber told us in an Instagram reel that his favourite pre-match meal was Cajun pasta with chicken today. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, like this would have to be a well old picture. It looks like, to be honest, the legs. I don't know any other player that's not Timber. Who do you think it is if it's not Timber though? I'm not talking about this guy. I'm not talking about this guy. Jesus. This isn't Timber. I'm talking about the guy in the background. Because who else could it be, really? Is Timber? Yeah, in the background. If you thought, I'm sorry, if you thought that I thought that this was Jerry and Timber, I'd end the channel. I'd end the. If I came on here going, is this Jerry and Timber? Honestly, I would have to end the channel with that knowledge. It could be him. Look, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Who knows? We love the detective work. We love the detective work. Anyway, let me bring this back up. So yeah, we'll wait and see on Timber. On how to replace the suspended Saliba, we have different options. Players that have already played there before. It's true that the partnership has been very stable, as you said. He's played every single moment. He's not available. We have to find a different solution, which is something that, as a team, we need to be good at as well. No, it's not Tomiyasu. Arteta brought Quinton Timber to keep the slot guessing. Dark Arts FC strikes again. Rory talks jack thighs. Well, I was thinking more about his calves, really. Surely the club wouldn't post that picture if there was any chance of people figuring it out that he actually trained. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But yeah, so what I found interesting about this, though, was... where is it? So things like this, basically. Things like this. If the game requires a different mentality, we're always going to be ourselves, you know, in the things, in the identity that we have, in the game that we want to play, in how we're going to approach the game to win it. That's certainly not going to change. Then, obviously, you adapt. You make certain alterations to fit the quality of the players and put the players in the biggest strength, which is what we want to do. That wasn't really the answer I was looking for. This section. Mass, thank you very, very much for the $9.99 super chat. That is incredibly generous. Rory, what do you think about this? Raya, White, Rice, Gabby, Timber, Partey, Marino, Trossard, Saka, Havertz, Martinelli, if Saka and Timber are fit. If not, MLS for Timber and Waneri for Saka. Thanks for the show. Well, thank you for the $9.99. And yeah, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one whether or not you would drop Declan Rice down into centre-back. Now, he has played there before a long time ago for Ireland. And, like, I don't know. It's a difficult one. It is a difficult one because if Timber's available, I would find it strange if we had Timber and White and it wasn't just one of them at right centre-back and one of them at right back. But then freeing up Timber to go to left back by playing Rice as the centre back could work. And also, like, Partey, Marino, like we know we are incredibly weak in the defence going into this game, but we've got Partey, Rice, and Marino, and I don't think all three of them should start in the midfield. So one of them, in theory, is free to potentially play somewhere else. Now, look, some people's idea is to play Partey at right back, not mine. Declan Rice maybe at centre back. Arteta is so charismatic; he's a hard guy to hate. Well, you say that, but everyone seems to hate him. So it's quite. It seems to be if they represent Arsenal, then they are quite easy to hate on. But there you go. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. If this game is his biggest test, he said, I need to go on the hard drive, but I think we have. But I think we have very, very difficult moments or challenging moments. I don't think this is one of them. Yeah, we are so energized. You know, we play Liverpool at home. We really want to play. We have a magnificent squad. The atmosphere is going to be tremendous, and I'm really looking forward to the game. He's buzzing for it. I'm preparing to win the game, not lose it. He said, I never think about what if we lose it. Everything we do is to win it. So in my preparation, I don't spend 1 second thinking about if we lose it. It's about if we win it, how convinced we are that we're going to win it, and then how we're going to feel afterwards. And then he was asked if he thinks about the title race. He said, I don't. When we won against Aston Villa, everyone was saying the same. If you lose this game, the second game of the season, what's next? And then you have to go to City. And you have this and that. We cannot think like this in October. So those people that said about it being October and not to worry, and if we lose, it's not the end of the season, he kind of agrees on that. This was interesting as well. The importance of keeping team news from leaking. Now, I think the club have done a very good job of that. But he said, especially for team news, yeah, that's something I understand. A lot of kids as well want to do their own teams and be managers in their positions. It's our job to protect that as much as possible because you don't want to give anything away. It is normal. So he's admitting, really, that he does lie, basically. And if he's had hard work on that, he said it's a big part of the job. We have a lot of information, a lot of sensitive information, a lot of information that people want to have and share. And it's our obligation and duty to maintain and protect the club and the team in the best possible way. He was asked about why the injuries have happened. And he said in a lot of cases, it's been very bad luck. We have certain difficult knee injuries, certain traumatic injuries, 3 injuries with the national teams, which is difficult to control. But luck. I don't know why they call it luck. What happened with Ricardo the other day, that happened before with Tomiyasu. It can happen, but it's about how we react to that. We're never going to change it. That's, for me, by the way, slightly worrying that he's compared the Calafiori injury to the Tomiyasu one. Because Tomiyasu's knee injury was bad. So the fact that he's compared Calafiori's to it, now the mechanism was the same in terms of trying to go back the other way and the knee kind of going the wrong way. But yeah, I hope it's not as bad as Tomiyasu's was. Who's leaking the team news? There's just various in the knows that get information through various people. And I mean, to be fair, a lot of the Arsenal ones had kind of all mutually agreed not to do any leaks this week. Like a lot of the Arsenal in the knows had basically, yeah, they basically agreed that even if they found out that someone was fit or wasn't fit, they weren't going to say anything. Do you like Buonanotte? Yeah, he's decent. I don't think I'd bring him in, but is that our goalkeeper kit? Yeah, this is the goalkeeper kit. I'm a huge fan of it. I am a huge fan. He was asked about if he knows the lineup for Sunday today. He said no. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. Hand of Ozil? Yeah, Hand of Ozil's one of them, yeah. But there we go. So that's the team news. My feeling is this. My gut feeling is Saka plays, Timber and Calafiori don't. That is my... Big Gabby's 800k on FIFA. Right. Well, that's a bit out of my price range. I think playing massive centre-backs at fullback seems to be a recipe for injuries. Possibly, but then Gvardiol does it for Man City and he's fine. Man City have done it quite a lot. But you might be right. I do think... I also think it's the fact that if they've been playing at centre-back for so long, the movements they have to make as a fullback are a bit different, and that can potentially cause injuries. So, yeah, you might be right to an extent. But, yeah, my feeling is that we're going to have Saka, but not Timber or Calafiori. And if that is the case, I mean, you're looking at Raya in goal. White at right back. Maybe you do go Declan Rice at centre back. Gabriel. I would honestly start Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'd honestly start Miles Lewis-Skelly. Fuck it. Gamble. Just gamble. I would. Partey, Marino. Trossard, I guess it would have to be. And then Saka, Havertz, and Martinelli. Saka is so good that even if it's just him that's back, I feel confident. I know you'd gamble. Yeah, I would gamble. I'm almost certain that we will go with the back three. Just feels Zinni will get a left mid role and free up Martinelli that Arteta kind of hinted about. It will be a Xavi Alonso system masterclass. I don't think we will. Personally, I don't think we will change formation for the game. I think that would be a big, big change that could backfire massively. To be fair to Zinchenko, he did play the first 45 last season in that 3-1. Kivior played the other 45. Yeah, he did. Do you know what? My biggest concern about Zinchenko, it's not even that I've witnessed Salah against Zinchenko before and it didn't go well. But it's also, he's not played in weeks. So it's not even just Zinchenko against Salah. It is a rusty, coming off the back of an injury, Zinchenko, versus a Mohamed Salah that is flying. That's the thing that concerns me. I'd rather start 10 men than play Zinchenko. No, Zinchenko's not that bad. Like, listen, if we've got to do it, we've got to do it. But Partey and Zinni at fullback and we lose? Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's no reason to do Partey and Zinchenko, though. Throwing him in for the first game against Salah? No for me. What, for Miles Lewis-Skelly? Or for Zinchenko? I really felt MLS was very weak defensively against Shakhtar. Love him on the ball, but don't trust him against Salah. You might be right. I mean, the alternative is that you just go Kivior. Zinni? Yeah, fair. The alternative is that you just go Kivior. I've got a feeling I would go Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think it'll end up being Kivior, unless Kivior is at right centre-back, which is also very possible. But if he is, if we've got Kivior right centre-back and one of Zinchenko and Miles Lewis-Skelly at left-back, I just don't see how we keep goals out. White trying left-back? Well, no, but we need White at right-back because we haven't got any other right-backs either. We need to double up on Salah with Marino. Yeah, Marino's going to have a big, big job to play. A big role to play, sorry. A big job on his hands. Gotta get one of the bloody phrases, right? When was the last time Kivior played in his natural position? Well, very rarely. Kivior's natural position is a left centre-back. But Gabby is so reliable. Is Tierney fit? No. Tierney's not fit. Tomiyasu's not fit. Erdogan's not fit. So they're not an option either. I think we have the better midfield, even without Erdogan. I'm not sure. Marino probably won't start. I think Marino will start. You may win the game via a set piece. Maybe. But again, even for the set pieces, we need Saka. Even for the set pieces, if we don't have Saka, that's a massive miss for those in-swinging. Is McAllister fit? Good question, actually. I don't know if let me have a look. Jota is 100% out, according to Slot. Let me have a look. Oh no, yeah, McAllister is fit. He played in the week. McAllister played against Leipzig on Wednesday, so he is fit. Yeah, I forgot about that. So I think it's just Jota and Alisson that they're missing, and Harvey Elliott. That doesn't really count. Marino starting means Partey at right back or Rice at centre back. It does, yeah, it does. I wonder if we could do Rice at right back with White at centre back. I'd rather if we're moving someone to right back, I'd rather Rice at right back with Partey as the 6 than Partey at right back with Rice as the 6. Personally, I feel like Rice is less likely to get exposed by an individual winger like a Louis Diaz. Kelleher is very underrated as well. Yeah, Kelleher's good. Don't get me wrong, like losing Alisson's a blow, but it's nowhere near as much of a blow as it would be for most clubs because Kelleher is very good. White can't play centre back, therefore we are hiding him at right back. I mean, White can play at centre back. He had a very good season alongside Gabriel at centre back. Let's think like Arteta for a second. He had the opportunity to start Miles Lewis-Skelly against Bournemouth, Leicester, and Southampton, but he didn't. So what makes you think he'll start against Liverpool? We had Calafiori in those games. That's the difference. We now don't have Calafiori. How about 3 at the back? I just don't think we'll play 3. If it's 3, if it was 3 at the back with White, Gabby, and Kivior, like one of Rice and Partey would end up being just a right back that was inverted, basically. I feel like Waneri will only start if Saka starts because the Arteta mentioned that he only wants to play academy players when there's senior players around them. Yeah, I've mentioned that before. That the best, you don't want to drop academy players in when they don't have the experienced senior team players around them. Will Calafiori be back for Chelsea v Arsenal? No idea. Calafiori's having more scans today. We don't know when he's going to be back. MLS was picked over Kiv. Yeah, well, exactly. When Calafiori went off injured against Shakhtar, Arteta could have bought on Kivior, could have bought on Zinchenko, but he bought on Miles Lewis-Skelly. So, I don't know. Make of that what you will, I suppose. Martinelli always scores against Liverpool. He will be key. Hopefully. Without Saliba, I would rather face Jota and Nunez would be a menace. I said that today. I agree. People are like, not celebrating that Jota's missing, but being like, well, at least Jota's missing for them. With whoever is the makeshift centre-back, or not even a makeshift centre-back, but whoever ends up at centre-back, I honestly think they'd probably have had an easier game against Jota than they're going to have against Nunez. Why are we only at 42 likes? Come on, guys. Yeah, there's 150 of you here. If 100 of you could click the like button, that would be sensational. I would be grateful. Jota is a much more clinical finisher, though. He is more clinical. But Nunez is more of a handful. And for someone that's not normally playing at right centre-back, I think that will be more problematic for them. Agreed, terrified of their counters with Nunez, Salah, and Diaz. Well, I think we're going to have to sit deeper than we normally would. Without Saliba, we cannot sit on the halfway line, right? Our normal tactic of sitting on the halfway line and then having Saliba drop off and sweep, only Saliba has the pace to do that. Without Saliba's recovery pace, I don't think we can do it. So we're going to have to sit deeper anyway. Now, how deep we sit is another question. But yeah, there's no way we can play fully our normal style. It just won't work. Attack is the best form of defense. Zinchenko and Martinelli can make Trent crap his pants. Yes and no. Rewatched the 3-3 game against Poole from 2017. What a game that was. Alexis and Xhaka goals and Ozil scoop pass goal. I was at that game. I remember being at that game. That was before I lived in London, so I didn't get to many games, but I was at that one. It was an unbelievable game. That was an unbelievable game. Rice played his whole youth career as a centre-back, so he has some kind of experience playing there. Yeah. It'll be interesting. It will be interesting. Thing is, I was going to do a score prediction, but honestly, until the team comes out, like the team news when it comes out, could sway my score prediction by multiple goals. Like, if Saka's not there, we lose, in my opinion. If Saka is there, we could win, depending on what the back line looks like. You're ignoring every Erdegaard suggestions. Don't be like PGMOL on the chat. Could we see a surprise? Sorry, I didn't see it. If you've been saying that a few times, I apologise. What, could we see Martin Erdegaard? I don't think so. I'd be very, very surprised if Erdegaard turned up, to be honest. I mean, it'd be mental if he did. But he's not trained, as far as I'm aware. And he's been out for a while. I want us to have a go. Yeah, but if we have a go and then lose like 2 or 3-0, I just think we'd look silly. Imagine if Saka, Ødegaard and Timber turns up. I mean, that would be the dream, but it's not going to happen. I'm more concerned that none of them are going to turn up. And realistically, like, obviously we went through the back line if Timber doesn't turn up. If we then add to that problem Saka not playing either, you're then looking at like a front three of Sterling, Martinelli and Havertz again. And it's just not the one. It's not the one. Trossard thoughts? Trossard's been struggling, to be honest. I think I've always preferred, and I've always said I prefer Trossard off the bench. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought he was good in the PSG game, playing in that midfield, more central role. And he has done well to fill in for Ødegaard at times. But realistically, he got himself sent off against Man City. He got Saliba sent off against Bournemouth. He missed the penalty against Shakhtar. I prefer having him come off the bench. I think he's so much more impactful coming off the bench. Who would you play off the right if Saka isn't available? I'd go Sterling. Yeah, I'd go Sterling as well. It's Sterling or Jesus. So what do you do, Sterling or Jesus? I'd probably go Sterling. But then I could see Arteta going for Jesus because Jesus will do more of the defensive work. But then we don't have the pace on the break on that right-hand side. It is tough. It is tough. Trust MLS to start? I would trust him to start, but I don't think Arteta will. This is going to be the most anticipated lineup ever. Those 75 minutes before the game are going to be mental. It will be. It will be. It is going to be, honestly, the team news coming out is going to be crazy. Said this yesterday, no one can replace Ødegaard's work rate. Only Saka comes close. Yeah, 100%. And at the moment, only Saka is capable of replacing Ødegaard's creativity as well. Like the creative output that Saka's had, even though he missed the Bournemouth game, he's still top of the charts in the Premier League for big chances created. But yeah, without him, it's going to be so tough. Didn't Lee Carsley say Bukayo could have played? Yeah, but I think they're all just lying. They must have. I don't know who told Lee Carsley to say that because he said it. And then Arteta said it before the Bournemouth game, saying, well, you know, maybe he could have played in that game. Clearly not. If he's trained, if he's only had one small session on the grass, like 2 weeks later, clearly he couldn't. Jesus on the right, Waneri at 10. Yeah, I mean, there's no way he's going to start Waneri, but I hope the atmosphere is a lot better than it has been recently. Oh, it will be. The atmosphere will be unreal. I need to get a ticket still. I do need to get a ticket still, which is the ticket exchange today. There's nothing on it. There's nothing on it. So that's been tricky, but hopefully I can get a ticket. Otherwise, it'll be an absolute stinker. Absolute stinker. Anyway, it is now time for Guess the Goal Scorer. I'm going to give you all of the information about an Arsenal goal, and you have to guess who the goal scorer was and who they scored the goal against. First person to get it right in the chat wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community. So get your fingers on your keyboards because we are starting now. Clue number 1. The goal was scored with the right foot. Clue number 1. The goal was scored with the right foot. Clue number 2. It was assisted by Martin Ødegaard. Clue number 2. It was assisted by Martin Ødegaard. Clue number 3. It was in the first minute. Clue number 3. It was in the first minute. Clue number 4. It was at the Emirates. Clue number 5. It was in a 3-2 win. And clue number 6. It was in October 2022. So it was a right-footed goal assisted by Martin Ødegaard in the first minute at the Emirates in a 3-2 win in October 2022. And unfortunately, people know me too well. And Ethan Udall, I'm pretty sure before I even said a word, guessed Martinelli Liverpool. So Ethan Udall wins just by logic. I should have been more imaginative. So I'll be honest, I'm a bit tired. It's a Friday, and that is a I'll hold my hands up. That's poor quiz mastering. It's a complete lack of imagination from me. But Ethan Udall, very smart. Jakob was second. To be honest, he might have just guessed that as well. Third was Ryan Henderson. Fourth was Logical Nonsense. And fifth was Space Time. So there we go. Ethan Udall has done it again. He's done it again. Wow, you just knew that was going to happen. Sacked in the morning. Luckily, I can't be sacked. So, got it off the Erdegaard assist. Fair. It's a brilliant guess the goal scorer because I got it first. Yeah, I bet. You did this one already? I don't think I've done this one already. Have I done this one already? Have I done this one already? I don't think I've done this one already, have I? I can't remember. Maybe I have done it before. I don't remember. I think you have. Wait, I can have a look. Have I done this before? I've done Arshavin against Liverpool before. Oh, no, I have done it before. Yeah, I have literally done it before. Fuck's sake. I've legitimately done the exact same one before. What an absolute howler of a round that is. What a donkey. What a horrible donkey I am. Retake? I can't retake. I can't remember. I can't think of any off the top of my head. You need a Howard Webb style media and PR tour. Yeah, I do. Anyway, it's time for Guess the Non-Gooner. I'm going to give you the entire career path of a player who does not and has not played for Arsenal, and you have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community, but not as much respect as Ethan Udall currently has. This player started their career at the Brighton Youth Academy. They started their career at the Brighton Youth Academy. They went on loan to Forest Green. They went on loan to Rochdale. They moved permanently to Chelsea. Who is the player? Brighton Academy, Forest Green on loan, Rochdale on loan, Chelsea. And the winner is... It's Ryan Henderson. It was indeed not Alexis Sanchez. That would be mental. It was Robert Sanchez, and Ryan Henderson has won it. Sportcat, the Chelsea fan, second. Logical Nonsense. No, sorry. Oh, yeah. Ryan was... Oh, you just put Robert. Added Robert to it. Logical Nonsense was third. Ethan Udall was fourth. And VV Vlad was fifth. So there we go. Congratulations, Ethan Udall, Ryan Henderson. Well played. Well played indeed. Why would I care about our worst player's career path? Sell him. He is shocking. He is shocking. I reckon he may... Did we die? Hello? Hello? Are we dead? I'm back. We're back just so that I can literally say goodbye. Because that was going to be the end of the stream anyway. Twitch tonight, big pack opening, trying to get Big Gabby. And then I will not be back on here until probably Monday, to be honest. Got a Halloween party tomorrow, so there's no YouTube stream tomorrow. So the likelihood is we'll be back on Monday, hopefully recapping a majestic, magnificent win against Liverpool. But if you're not joining the Twitch streams, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic evening, a sensational weekend. Click the like button if you could before you leave, the subscribe button too, and I will catch you all either this evening or on Monday. Goodbye. Do, 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 do.